here, so I'm just going to go ahead and type these in. The key is OT asset bundle path, and the value is a string. So by default, we get a view called first view, which is actually sitting inside this UI common folder. But we're not going to want to use this, so we're going to want to create our own view called hello view. So first of all, we're just going to go into handheld, open up application window, and rename all of these to hello view. Now we're going to go create the file for hello view. So in TI, the resources UI common directory, we're actually going to create a new file. So new file, give it a name hello view.js, hit next, hit finish, and in here I'm just going to paste in some code and walk you through it. So we start var self just so that we have access to it outside the actual constructor function, which is hello view. This constructor function gets exposed through module.exports to any other file that wants to include it. So that's how application window gets a hold of this object. Inside the constructor, we're going to be calling ti.ui.createView, which just creates a vanilla generic instance of a view, which this is in some sense a subclass of. Then we create a few labels. Now in Titanium, you start all these UI elements by giving an object with parameters that help initialize it. So the top parameter of this label will be set to 20, which is 20 pixels, and the text will be set to the string publisher. So we create two of those, one for publisher, one for subscriber, and I'll get into those in a little bit later. And also we create one of these activity indicators, which is basically a spinner that shows something is happening. And the first thing we're going to do is to create one of these. You can use the properties here and place it on the window using this add command, and then show it. And the reason we want to do that is because the first thing that we're going to be getting into with OpenTalk is how to connect, and we want to show one of these while connecting is still going on. Next, we're going to want to set up our API key for OpenTalk. So to do that, I'm actually just going to go into resources and create a new file. And the reason I'm putting it in a new file is because you will kind of want to keep this logic separated from what's happening inside your view. This is just a place to store configurations. So I'm going to call it config.js. And in here I'm going to go ahead and paste some code from ahead of time. And basically this is just an object that contains a couple properties that we're going to be able to look up. Again, we're exporting it so that other